There's a concept that surfaces time and time again in my group coaching program, which is the right decision. The right action, the right routine, the right schedule, the right way to do finances. Many of us hold this idea that there is a correct and an incorrect way of doing everything. And maybe this is true. And in my experience, coaching hundreds of individuals and walking through this journey of life myself, more often than not, the only right way is the one that is best for you. That said, especially if what is best for you is against the grain of what others are doing around you, sometimes it can be hard to feel confident in that. So today I am sharing 5 journal prompts to help you feel that confidence and know that you are making the right choice for yourself. Before diving in, I have these 5 journal prompts for you written out in a PDF. It's free on my blog and linked below. While you're scrolling below this video, give this video a like if you are particularly excited about this topic, and comment below as you watch to be a member of the Yes and community. As a little boost of motivation before we dive into the journal prompts, know that if you follow this process, which you can do over and over and over again with every decision at hand, from little decisions to really big decisions, you will finally stop spinning with decisions. You will be able to make these decisions, yes, confidently and with ease, with greater clarity and with greater direction for what is next for you. This is ultimately the process that helped me to choose to leave a PhD program that everyone else said was the right path to success and choose my happiness, my version of success, which was a master's degree and opening my own business. I am already excited about the thought of what decision you will be able to make and the confidence you will be able to evoke in yourself just by following these 5 prompts. Prompt number 1 eases us into this process. I invite you to select your favorite feeling or a feeling that just feels good in your body and ask yourself, how does that feel in your body? How does that emotion feel? This is the first journal prompt today because part of what helps to make a confident, self-assured decision is to feel it in your body. Oftentimes, our body is the gateway to data and information such as confidence and the right and wrong decision for ourselves. And oftentimes, I find my clients and myself, guilty as charged, can stay in our mind. That's where the spinning happens. That's where the doubt comes in. That's where all the perspectives that start to feel overwhelming live. Our body, however, cannot lie. I invite you to select your favorite feeling because my assumption is you'll be able to tap into this pretty quickly. A feeling that comes to mind for me is a feeling of giddiness, which I just felt this weekend as I was dancing my way through a group workout class with friends. So if I think back to that feeling of giddiness that I just recently experienced that was so easy and so fun to experience, it felt like tingles all throughout my body. It felt easy, it felt flowy, it felt like I could do anything and not care what anyone else thought. Furthermore, there was an energy, there was a movement behind that feeling, opposed to other feelings I've experienced such as sadness or grief or confusion, and those feelings feel a little lower in energy. There isn't as much movement. It feels a little bit more stagnant. So get in tune with an emotion that makes sense for you, that feels easy to access. Ask yourself what it feels like in your body, and then move on to the next journal prompt. Specifically, what does self-trust feel like in your body? And what does confidence feel like in your body? So now that you've practiced what a feeling physically feels like in your body, tune into these 2 specific feelings, self-trust and confidence. It can help to think of a time where you felt really trusting or you felt really confident. And what did you feel like in that moment? Take your best guess here. No pressure to get all the details exactly right. This is a starting point. And even if you just have one piece of what that feels like, it'll be helpful in our upcoming questions. Prompt 3 looks at the other side of the coin. What does doubt feel like in your body? So the same concept here. We're tuning into our physical body, maybe thinking of a time where you felt doubtful, where you felt fearful, and what did that feel like in your body? I alluded to this earlier that some feelings such as sadness, including doubt and fear, feel lower energy for me in my body. I feel a little more stagnant. I'm more prone to sit and to ponder rather than to do something or to dance in the middle of an exercise class. And fear, taking that to the extreme, can even feel like a full stop. So ask yourself, and again, no pressure to get all the details or get it right. Just think of a time or take your best guess of what fear and doubt feel like in your body. And again, this is going to be helpful for these next 2 prompts. Practice 4 is a practice round before you step into a big decision, which will be prompt 5. Think about a really easy decision that is in front of you. This could be, what are you going to do after watching this video? Are you excited about an exciting event coming up? Again, please make this as simple and easy for yourself as possible. This is the practice round, and this will help to flex the decision muscle that I am about to share with you in prompt 5. So with that easy decision top of mind, think of your options here. If you want to keep it extra simple, just think of 2 options to choose from, and then step into each option. So you can physically move your body. Sometimes that's really helpful to step to a new place, even if it's just 1 step to the right. And imagine that you make that decision. You choose that option, and then feel into your body. What does it feel like to hypothetically choose that option? Then do the same with the other option. Step into it physically or just mentally, step into that other decision and ask, what does that feel like in your body? The follow-up question then is to ask which of the options feels more like trust and which of the options feels more like doubt. Or which of the options feels more like confidence and which of the options feels less sure. So as an example, I would love a cup of coffee right now. I already know this, so I'm going to use that decision as my practice round. Do I want a cup of coffee? I can say yes, I can say no to really simplify it. Let me step into the yes option. Yes, I want a cup of coffee. What does that feel like? It actually feels giddy, the emotion I was talking about earlier. I feel excited. My belly is already starting to tingle because it's saying, yes, this is exactly what I want. I can add oat milk. There's energy. I already know my next steps. Let's step into the other option. No, I don't want coffee right now. What does that feel like? It feels like disappointment. My stomach actually kind of sinks a little bit. My shoulders go down. I lean back. My body is almost physically stepping away from that option. So this is a silly decision, of course. And we can feel in our bodies the yes and the no, the alignment and the misalignment, the right and the wrong decision for you. Try it yourself with a practice round. And then go on to prompt 5. What is a little bit more challenging of a decision in front of you? Maybe it's the decision you deeply long to resolve. Because it is such a significant decision for you, start with 2 options. Not that these have to be the only 2 you ever choose from, but narrow it down to 2, almost like a sports bracket, to then make your way to the right decision for yourself eventually. Starting with these 2 options, do just what we did in the practice round. Step into one option, feel what that feels like in your body. Step into the other option. Feel what that feels like in your body, and then ask yourself, which option feels more like confidence and trust? Which option feels more like doubt and fear? If you've read my book, Ready Enough, your 7-step guide for life's hardest decisions, you know that there is a step before taking action, and that is the decision step. And I emphasize this because just because you sense that there is an option that feels more like trust and confidence does not mean you are obligated to choose that. It does not mean you have to act in alignment with that immediately. And I say that now because sometimes we're so afraid of identifying what feels more trusting and what feels more confident and in alignment with us because we fear that we will then have to do something about it, and that can be really intimidating. So write yourself that permission slip right now to proclaim for yourself, I just want to feel into what decision feels better. I don't have to do anything about it. I'm not obligated to even choose that option, but I do want to get this sense of confidence and clarity, and then it's my choice what I do with it after. I mentioned earlier that I used this process to help in my decision between staying in a PhD program that felt misaligned and leaving to pursue my own business and graduate with my master's degree. I will use this as a personal example for prompt 5. I was in that place of decision, and I was choosing, do I leave the PhD program or stay in the PhD program? So if I stepped into leave the PhD program, there was actually a lot of fear here and tension, but at the very core of my being, it felt more like this upward energy. It felt more like anticipation and nerves rather than that type of fear that says, no, do not do this. Stepping into the other option, do I stay in the PhD program? That felt like this sinking regret, even before making the decision. It felt like, no, absolutely not. This is bad for you. Please do not do this. Do not pass go. It was one of those warning signs, and I felt it all throughout my body. So notice here the importance of the follow-up question. That is, what option feels more like trust and what option feels more like doubt or confidence and fear. So I even mentioned that in that decision to leave the PhD program, there was still fear, there was still tension, there was still a little bit of uncertainty. What would come next? It felt scary. Yet, when compared to the option to stay in the PhD program, which felt overwhelmingly fearful, doubtful, bad, sinking, I knew that the option to leave felt more like trust, more like confidence. Allow yourself to be in this nuance as well. And again, here's why it's important to not pressure yourself to make a decision simply with this one exercise. You absolutely can, and in my experience, these instincts that we have in exercises such as this lead us the correct way for ourselves. And again, as outlined in detail in my book, just because we have that instinct, just because eventually that may actually be our most aligned option, doesn't mean you have to pressure yourself or rush yourself to do anything about it right now. With that PhD decision, that's why I hired a coach. That's why I mulled it over for many months before stepping into action to solidify the decision. So there you have it. 5 journal prompts to foster your self-confidence and help assure you that you are making the right decision. Again, it's the right decision for you. You cannot do wrong here. And even if you quote unquote make the wrong decision, there's always an opportunity, as the last chapter says in my book, to begin again, to do this process over and over and over until you feel so confident, so easeful, so content with your life that you know you are assured that you are in the right place. Before leaving this video, don't forget to download your free PDF. Give this video a like and comment below your big takeaways or further questions you may have that I can answer directly or in an upcoming video. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, subscribe for free alignment trainings every Tuesday. And that is all from me today. My name is Maren Lauka. I am the owner of Yes And, wherein I empower women to navigate those limiting beliefs, get rid of the shoulds for how you should live your life so that you can own your potential, step into your true fulfillment, and make your unique positive impact. You are so deserving of a life that feels confident and clear and exciting for you, and I am here to support you every step of the way. See you next time.